Hello, Aquano here, and we're back for another guide for this wonderful game, Dragon Quest I HD-2D Remake. Almost done with this game because it's pretty short. We're gonna get to the second game pretty soon, but in this video I'm gonna tell you about 10 scrolls, 10 magic scrolls you should not miss in your playthrough. I'm gonna tell you guys about the location and about what the spell does, so you can yourself decide if it's worth it for you to go grab it. I'm gonna be showing them in like story progression order, so the further in the video you are, the later in the game you need to be to get those scrolls, if that makes sense. So if you hear the name of a place you've never been, then maybe, close the video and come back later when you're later in the game. So, without wasting any more time, let's get right into it. Here are 10 magic scrolls you shouldn't miss in Dragon Quest I HD-2D Remake. First on the list is the Safe Passage scroll found in Galenholm. So Galenholm is a city you visit very early in the game. You see like a kind of like a swindler who has the thief's key. Then as soon as you get in the city, it tells you to, exit the city, and then later you can come back to explore it. But when you do explore the city, make sure to look inside of the bottom left house and look at all the furniture. If you do, you will find the Safe Passage scroll, which allows you to walk over like hazardous surfaces without taking damage. So it can come in pretty handy. Second on the list is a very handy utility skill called Nose for Treasure. It is found in the Craggy Cave, well, in the basement one of Craggy Cave to be more specific, and the chest is like in the northeast. I guess it's here because the camera is reversed, but anyways, I'll show the location on screen. What this ability does is that it allows you to know if there are chests left in the area you're in. So, to make sure you don't miss any chests, this can come in pretty handy. Now, in Galenholm, if you have the Thief's Key, you can access the Grave of Galen. And in Basement 1 of the Grave of Galen, you can find a magic scroll that is going to be very, very crucial because it helps with grinding. It makes grinding faster, more efficient. It is the Whistle scroll. So what does Whistle do? Every time you use it, a fight will automatically start if you're in an area where there are monsters. So you don't have to waste time running around and waiting for a random encounter to proc. You can just click Whistle. You can even put it in your right button, like quick to access spells, so it makes grinding pretty much very easy. So make sure to not miss this one. It is in the Grave of Galen, Basement 1. This time we'll do a 2-for-1. So we have Crack and Crackle, kind of like the same spell, but one is single target, one is AoE. So these are the ice spells, and if you don't find these magic scrolls, you won't have ice spells for like a good chunk of the game until you find their upgrade versions way later. So make sure to not miss them. The Crack scroll is pretty hard to miss. It is in the southeast tower of the Shrine of Rain. So you just, go southeast. There's a pretty like obvious path when you get to the Shrine of Rain. And there's a chest over there with the Crack scroll in it. Then for the Crackle scroll, this one is a bit easier to miss. When you get to the fairy village in the story, there's a house in the southwest of the village. If you need to check the furniture of this house pretty carefully, because there are 2 scrolls actually in this one, but the one we really care about is in the bookshelf, the far right bookshelf in this house. It contains the Crackle scroll. So yeah, make sure to not miss these 2 because they will be your source of ice damage in the early game. For number 5, we have a very important scroll, and that is the Magic Barrier scroll. The spell Magic Barrier allows you to give you a magic protection for like 3-4 turns, and this is absolutely important and crucial. Why? Because in case you didn't know, the defense that you get from, armors, shields, your headwear, this defense reduces the physical damage you take. Magical damage is not affected by it. The only way to reduce magical damage is with special passive effects, like for example the ice shield or stuff like that, or accessories. And the Magic Barrier scroll gives you the spell that allows you to consistently reduce the magic damage you receive. So make sure to get it as soon as you can. Now, when and where can you get this one? It is found in the House of the Warlock of Dorlocks. Now, in the story, you will visit him to get the second key. I think it's the magic key, right? And to enter his house, you need the Thief's Key. So technically, as soon as you have the Thief's Key, you can go to Reheal and enter his house. And in his house, you will find a chest in the bottom left of the screen. And in that chest, you will find the Magic Barrier scroll. In the story, when you enter his house, he kind of like talks to you and then makes you exit his house right away. So it's kind of easy to miss. if you just continue the story, right? But no, make sure to re-enter his house and grab that scroll. It will come in very handy during your entire playthrough. With half of our entries out of the way, I wanted to talk about honorable mentions. These 2 scrolls are not really missed, it's just about if you have the right resources. So these 2 scrolls are the Wild Side and the Meditation scrolls. Probably some of the strongest scrolls in the game. Wild Side is absolutely necessary. It doubles your DPS. It's the skill from the Monster Wrangler in the previous remake. It allows your action to be done twice in the same turn. And Meditation is the ultimate healing skill. It costs 30 MP and it heals a minimum of 500 HP, which is kind of crazy. It's a very late game spell. But yeah, the reason why they're honorable mentions is because you get them at the Citadel of the Monarch of Metals, and you need to exchange metals to get those scrolls. The Wild Side one is pretty easy to get, it's just 10 metals, but the Meditation one requires like 30 metals or something. Yeah, it's 35, so yeah, good luck with that. But yeah, put these 2 as a honorable mention since they're not really like missable. It's about if you have the resources or not, so good luck with that, and let's get to our number 6. Number 6 is found in the same location as the previous 2 honorable mentions. It is the Reheal scroll. It is found in a chest among the 3 chests that are on the right of the Monarch of Metals like throne. They are in the red chest. It does require the Thief Key. The Reheal scroll is pretty good because it allows you to get a regen buff, so you heal HP automatically every turn. And this is very good because in this game you're alone, so when you waste a turn by healing, you don't do anything else. So if you're fighting like a fight that is not too tough, but not easy enough for you to skip healing, then using Moreheal and just focusing on damage afterward can be a pretty efficient strategy. So make sure to visit the Citadel of Monarch of Metals. Yeah, that's a mouthful, but yeah, make sure to go there as soon as you can. I recommend to wait until you're like level 17, 18, because the monsters on the way there are a bit tough. In that Citadel, you will be able to find the Wild Side and Reheal scroll pretty early in the game. Now, we're going to talk about a spell that is so good, it might be one of the best spells in the entire game, especially in this game, because you are alone, you have to use your MP wisely, and this spell allows you to make one of the most important resources, if not the most important resource, into something that can be, you know, used infinitely, and that is the Focus Pocus scroll. So Focus Pocus is a spell that costs 3 MP, but gives you an MP regeneration right after that. Which means if you're fighting long battles, you don't have to waste time, turns using like magic elixir, stuff like that. You can just use Focus Pocus every time your regen goes off to regen some MP every time. Now, you won't be able to spam spells infinitely, especially if they're expensive, but at least you won't run out of MP for the rest of the battle if you don't have any MP recovering items in your inventory. Now, where is this scroll found? It is found in the Weird Woods. It is kind of like in the second screen of the Weird Woods, and it is in a center chest. So I'll show you guys the location. Yeah, I mean, you know, do your best to find it. It is quite a bit, I wouldn't say it's like late in the game, but I would say it's like a mid-game location. So if you haven't found this location so far, don't worry about it. Just go on with your playthrough and come back to this video whenever you get to the Weird Woods. Now, for number 7 and number 8, you will have to go to the city of Cantlin. Not only that, but they are found in the same house. So, when you get to Cantlin, make sure to explore the westernmost house. On the second floor, you will find 2 rooms. In the right room, if you check the closet on the leftmost closet, you will find the Attacker scroll. This is an attack that does damage and that reduces the attack of the opponent. So if your enemy is like a boss that does a lot of physical damage or sometimes does physical damage, it will allow you to tank those hits easier. And you know, I say that often, but since you're alone, this can be absolutely crucial because it nerfs your enemies. And you know, debuffs and buffs in JRPGs are key. Everyone knows that, so make sure to grab it. And in the room that's right next to it, in the left room of this house, you will find the Moreheal scroll. Now check all the bookshelves. It is on like the second bookshelf from the right. You will find the Moreheal scroll. Moreheal will be your best healing skill for most of the game. It costs 10 MP and recovers at least 165 HP. Until you find, the meditation for 35 medals, you will have to rely for Moreheal for your entire playthrough. So yeah, make sure to explore this house in Cantlin because 2 amazing spells are waiting for you there. For number 10, we have another 2-in-1 because they're again very similar spells. We have the kacrack and the kacrackle spells. They are kind of like the stronger versions of the ones we covered previously, the stronger ice spells. So, where can you find the kacrack scroll? It is found in the Weeping Isle in the outdoor treasure room. I'll show you guys the location on the screen as always. And for the kacrackle spell, it is in the Grave of Galen in the 3rd floor. Now, I'm pretty sure to get this, you need the ultimate key. I'm not sure, I don't really remember, but I think I used the ultimate key to get there, so because it's quite a strong spell, right? And you can get to the Grave of Galen pretty early in the game, so I don't think you have access to it as early as that. That would be surprising because the kacrackle spell is very, very strong. Make sure to not miss these 2 since ice damage can come in very, very handy. That was it for 10 magic scrolls you shouldn't miss in Dragon Quest I HD-2D Remake. If you have any other entries, feel free to share them in the comments. I just took 10 because obviously the number 10 just looks good, honestly, for titles and stuff like that. But, there are definitely more scrolls that can be pretty useful in your playthrough. So if you have any, make sure to let me know in the comments. If this video was helpful, make sure to like and subscribe because I will be making a lot more guides on this game. It was Aquano, and I'll see you guys in the next guide. Peace!